Hey y'all, today we're going to do something fun and I'm going to use my Braid Bay to do it. Braid Bay is my styling gel that I got from Anna Does My Hair. I'm going to just make sure I leave a link for y'all below. And it's not the regular styling gel with the water base. It's more of like a jam consistency and I love it and I'm going to show you why. So today I am going to do some Bantu knots on my girl Chasity, and I am going to start with a heart in the back. So I've been seeing this going around, people doing Bantu knots with a heart in the back. So I was like, I want to try it. Actually, I tried it like 2 months ago. I did hair for a film. And I can't talk about the name of the film or anything yet, but as soon as it comes out, I'm gonna make sure y'all know that it's out, because for the first time I got to do a film where I got to be creative with the hairstyles. You know what I'm saying? So it was literally a movie about hair. So it was so cool to have a movie where I had more creative control over the looks. So I can't wait for you guys to see the hairstyles in this movie. But for now, I'm just going to do one of the hairstyles that I did for the film, which is Bantu knots with a heart in the back. So what I'm doing as I'm parting, I'm putting the braid bay on the hair so it can help me part a lot better, because Chasty's hair is very soft. So it kind of just flows around and does what it wants. So I needed to gain a little control. So that's why I put the gel on the outside of the part while I'm parting it. So now that I've basically got my heart down, I'm just kind of twisting it just to make sure it's straight. Y'all, parting is one of the hardest things to do. I can't even do middle parts. Like, anybody would tell you that I always do middle parts on, like, at this stage of the game, they just take the comb and do it themselves, because parting is really tough. And parts are super important because it gives the gangstaness of the hairstyle. If them parts ain't right, you know what I'm saying? The hair not gonna look good. So I'm just making sure I have this heart perfect. So I made a little, pretend Bantu. Now I'm also making sure that the point of that heart is in alignment with the nape of her neck, so I can make sure that it's centered. And it looks pretty good to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that braid bay on that section, and I'm gonna get started on the knots. Now that I have that heart laid down with the gel, I'm going to take a ponytail holder. I'm using a thinner one that's, you know how I feel about rubber bands. Don't use rubber bands on the hair. That rubber will snatch your hair out in real quick, okay? So just go ahead and use ponytail holders. I just feel like they're so much healthier for the hair. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to get that ponytail right in the center of the heart. And once I have that ponytail in, I'm going to check the parts again, and then I'm going to start twisting. Now, one thing about, you see how it looks a little, I'm like pulling it over a little bit because Chastity has a very soft scalp. I don't know, I know plenty of you probably have one. I have a soft scalp too. And if you pull ponytails too hard, your scalp will start to wrinkle and just have like ripples in it, and you don't want to do that. So with Chastity, she has a very soft scalp that will do that. So although these ponytails may look tight, they aren't. Because you saw once I put that ponytail in there, the line of her part kind of pulled in just a little bit, and I had to make sure that it was back right. So I put some gel throughout the ponytail, and I'm just twisting and knotting as I go. Twist and knot, twist and knot. Then I'm going to take a little more gel and I'm going to put it on the tip of that ponytail, and I am going to use my rat tail comb to kind of just slick it underneath of the knot so that I won't have to add any hairpins just yet. Hairpins, the more you have, the more you run the risk of, a real ignorant bobby pin, a real ignorant hairpin up in there harassing you, and nobody has time for that because it takes a long time sometimes to find that harassment pin, and we don't like that. So we're gonna do it without pins right now, and look at it, perfect. Now I'm just gonna go all throughout, make sure it's nice and smooth, and And yeah, now it's time to start parting and getting ready for the rest of the knots. So basically, all the rest of your knots are going to start from the heart. No pun intended. So I like the next knot to be at the nape. So what I'm going to do is go from the point of the heart and kind of create an X with the lines. See how it's basically making an X? Parting is so much easier if you have a precision comb. I know a lot of people carry precision combs, so if you want to like really get down to the nitty gritty of parting, try to find you a precision comb because it'll just help your life so much. Okay, so you can see much clearer. This is pretty much the X I'm looking for. And I am just going in. I'm making sure that the other hair is tucked away. You could use clips. I was just being way too decent this day. I don't know exactly why. I just didn't have no clips on there, but I was just doing what I do. Now I'm going in with a ponytail holder again, and I am going to get that hair together. Try to be a little looser on the nape too, because if you ever notice, if you put ponytails in too low on the nape of your neck, like sometimes it just get a little like your neck start to hurt. It happens to me a lot. So try not to overdo it with the tightness of the ponytail, just so that you don't go through that. Now again, I just put a little more styling gel on the remainder of the ponytail, and I am just twisting, and I am just going to lock it behind the knot without a hairpin again. Now this is where the next two knots are going to go. You see they're shaped like diamonds. I'm not going to show you the knots being done again, but this is where they are located, okay? Next, I'm going to show you where the next parts are. Now, when I do parts on the side, just know that it's the exact same thing on the other side. So right now, I am just kind of parting like around the temple, and I'm bringing it back around towards the top of the heart. While I am doing this, I'm just getting her little baby hair out of the way because most people want to wear baby hairs these days, especially with their Bantu knots. So I just kind of slick that little part down just to keep it out of the way. I haven't decided on the shape of it yet, but now I'm going to take that part that I just parted and I'm going to break it in half, and I'm putting some gel on it to make sure that it's slick so all the definition from the parts are showing, and I am going to go ahead and knot them up as well. So I know you probably noticed in the beginning of the video where I usually give you a quote. Today I gave you a little exercise, and I want you to try practicing at least once a week, just making a list of 10 things that you are extremely grateful for. It just keeps your heart on point and intact with what's going on with you, because it's so many things going on in the world right now, and I just feel like it's very healthy to just think about and talk about the things that you are super grateful for. So just try to do that at least once a week. You could do like 10 things you are grateful for and maybe 5 things that you are proud of yourself for. It's a difference between the two. Just do it and see how it makes you feel. Now, some people wear Bantu knots and then take them out and wear their hair very kind of like a big wave. They almost give the effect of a wand curl. But hers, Chastity's aren't going to really do that because I have put product on the hair. So if you want to put your hair in Bantu knots, you don't even have to use a ponytail holder if you're doing that. If you want to do your hair in Bantu knots and then wear them kind of in those big waves when you take them out, don't use this type of product. It's too heavy. You might want to use a mousse or a setting foam or a lotion, and then you will get the effect that you're looking for. But these are made to wear in. Now I'm just going to go around and play with this little sideburn action and see what shape I like it in the most. The cool part about the braid bay is that you can use it for edge control too. No matter your hair texture, it has a very, very controlling hold. I love the extra hold that it has. And I'm just playing around with the little squigglies, like what we want it to look like. What is it giving? What's your favorite way to wear baby hairs, if anything? Because I know baby hairs are not, I cannot talk today. Baby hairs are not mandatory, but if you are into them, that's cool too. But if you are, what's your favorite kind? Are you extremist when it comes to baby hairs or no? Like, what's the vibes? Okay, at the top we are going in with a little triangle action. So the bottom of the heart is the heart, and then we're just giving, a little triangle. So there we go again. Peep that, looking good. Oh man, when I tell y'all this hairstyle took a little minute, we was in there and it was warm in there. I said I should have not worn no hoodie, okay? That's the problem. When you do hair at people's house, you got to deal with the temperature that they got going on. I was like, I'm about to go stand on the balcony for a sec. You know what I mean? So now I'm going in. This one Bantu knot right here, underneath it's 2, but on the top I made it 1. So you don't have to make 2 Bantu knots here, but it's up to you. If that's the vibe you want, put 2 up there, put 7. It's your world. If I'm also going to put down in links below, just go follow Chasity. She, at this stage of the game, she's a Deeper Than Hair TV VIP member. Okay, this is like her 3rd appearance on the channel, and her videos always do really well. So go follow her. She is a plus size supermodel. Okay, she be out here in these streets. When we walking in the streets, people like, aren't you the girl who be modeling the clothes? Yes, she is. So go follow Chasity and get all the way into her. Okay. So with the remainder of the hair, you're going to put 1 juicy Bantu knot right at the top. So as you see, mostly all of these Bantu knots are different sizes. So this is completely optional. You do not have to do this, but I think it's better if you do. But I like my Bantu knots to be all the same size. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this New Lock by Bobby Boss. I got this from Superstar Hair and Beauty in Studio City. I will put a link to their page below too. And I'm going to take these locks and I am going to, so for the smaller knots, I am going to put 2 locks around it. And for the larger locks, I'm just going to put 1. Do the larger locks really need them? No, but I like the texture to match. You don't want some of your Bantu knots super smooth and then some of them to have the texture of these locks. Sorry, the camera is a little out of focus on some of the parts. But yeah, you can do this however you want to. You could put locks around your knots. You could put braids. The ones I did for the film, I put braids around them and I liked how that looked as well. But I thought this was a cute little alternative to use locks instead. So that's what I'm doing now. Also, this is where the hairpins come into play. You're pretty much going to need hairpins on this part, but the cool part is that they will go straight through that extension hair and it won't bother your scalp. Just make sure that it's not bothering your scalp at all, because again, they will harass you for the rest of the day and you won't be satisfied until you take it all out. So as you see on the bigger ones, I'm just going to put 1 lock around it because again, I want the texture to match as much as possible all throughout her hair. So now that I have all my knots covered, I'm going to take the braid bay and I'm going to give her a little edge action. Just going to go ahead in and just little swoop-de-doops. Nothing too major, too much, too dramatic, just chilling. And then next I'm going to take the liquid gold, which is Braid Bay's cousin. Again, I will put the link for this below, and I am going to go in and I'm just going to saturate her roots, because even any type of tension, ponytails, braids, Bantu knots, whatever, can be a lot on the scalp. So I'm just going to go in with that liquid gold and give her that root rejuvenation. That's what she calls it. So you could get this from the same site. I'll make sure I put these links below. And she was telling me it was feeling really good on her scalp. So I love liquid gold after braids, after any type of tension on the scalp. It helps a great deal. Just getting it all on the other side and just going to spin her around. Look at that. It is looking really cute. You know, a little something something for the culture, okay? I'm just going to make sure I get that liquid gold all down the back too, especially near the nape, because the nape is where a lot of the tension comes in at. Just, you know, get them roots feeling good. And yeah. And Chastity's on her way to the movie premiere looking cute. I did her sideburns different. Don't judge me. We fixed them later. But you know what I'm saying? She ooh, look at that. So pretty, y'all. Yep, she's out the door on her way to the movie premiere. And thank you guys for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.